Welcome back to the All-Star Tournament Expert Division opening round, hole number 18. Here we're going to be setting this one up for the long iron dunk. Um, if you have higher level clubs, you will be able to add some topspin compared to what I'm doing and get yourself hopefully into thorn range. And then that'll give you an option whether you can play the thorn dunk or you can play a thorn backspin shot. Um, if that doesn't work for you, there is a layup option similar to what we're playing on the front hole 9, and you can play that with a guardian backspin shot. It's much safer, and I would recommend that if you don't want to risk walking away from 18 with a birdie. But for me, I don't mind the risk and I enjoyed the dunk. So that's what I'm doing, and that's what I'm going to give you my adjustments and tweaks for today. So for the drive, it's very similar to what we played in the qualifying round. We're going to start and use either a P5 wind 1, 2, or 3 ball. So you can play this with a Zerk, or you can play this with a Luminary, or you can play it with, a spider ball, any P5, 1, 2, or 3. I've tested 1 and 3. I've tested Zerks and I've tested Luminaries. I have not tested Win 4 or Win 5 here. At max extension, P5 max extension, APOC 5 and 6, you'll have 2/3 of your clear ring in the rough on the top. APOC 7, you'll have 1/3 of your clearing in the rough, and then APOC 8 will be clearing on the rough, and that's all at P5 max extension. The adjustment is P5 plus 10 max. We're going to push up 11 plus yards, and we're using 6 top spin, 2 left spin, and we're playing full controlled OP with full left curl. You can get many different rollouts on this one. If you're going to use a wind 3 ball like this, I highly recommend that you use at least 7 topspin. That way you don't end up coming short, because obviously we're not getting as much wind push and you're not going to get as much rollout on your drive. The longer the drive, the better for the dunk. Anything 445 is good, but you can also get some shorter rollouts that'll put you in the 430, 435 range. And you can still reach, not a problem. You're just going to have to count a few more rings for your approach shot. The approach will play different elevations depending on how far your drive went. So if your drive was 430 to 439, you'll play it P5 minus 35 at slider. If it was 440 to 449, it plays minus 30 at slider. Between 450 and 460, it plays minus 25 at slider. And if you happen to catch a good rollout and you're 461 or more, then it's going to play P5 minus 10 at slider, and that will be for the thorn dunk. If you want to play the thorn backspin shot, it is not going to play minus. I don't have an exact, but I did try it a couple of times, and it should play somewhere around the 10% range if you're going to do backspin thorn. There are definitely some wind angles that we need to pay attention to give us the best chance at dropping this dunk. There is, I've broken it down kind of into 3 major wind angles. I don't have references for them, but I can just tell you based on pulling the adjustment that generally you can tell when you have a mostly crosswind shot or a mostly tailwind shot or something in between, right? And so that's kind of what I've been doing here. I don't have references, but you do need to pay attention to the wind angle because it changes the offset that you need to set before you take the shot. So we have to offset below the hole to account for the wind push that we're going to get here. And how I'm doing that is using the top of my green ring. Okay. So if you have a mostly tailwind angle, you're going to want the top of your green ring to just be touching the front edge of the cup. If you have a neutral or somewhere in between wind angle, then you're going to want to have the top of your green ring splitting the front half of the cup between the flagstick and the front edge. And then if you have the mostly crosswind angle, you'll have your green ring just touching the center of the cup or the flagstick, right? That's the three offsets that I'm using. That's given me the best results. You want to pull it straight as possible. If you're going to favor anything, favor a slight 59 because it's a tailwind. That'll help hopefully keep us from landing too high or going too far. Besides that, I'm using max backspin, no side spin. This here is what I'm considering to be the neutral angle or the in-between middle angle. If you got the tailwind, you're going to be pointing more up in this direction. If you have the crosswind, you'll be pointing kind of more towards these trees over here to the left. And I consider the neutral to be kind of like into these bushes, the left side of these bushes, which is right of the trees. So I'm in the neutral angle, and you can see I got the top of the green ring kind of splitting the front half of the cup there. Pull straight, don't add any additional overpower on this one. If you hit the flagstick too high, it will kick it out. This is a risky shot. You could end up in the bunker, you could end up in the rough, or you could end up in the hole. Okay, so take that for what it's worth. I definitely recommend you practice this a few times. Make sure that the offsets I'm using work for you, and if you need to make any minor changes, you can make those before you play it live. One last note, if it's all coming down to hole 18 for you, unless you have to have that albatross, I recommend the safe eagle. You can just backspin it onto the green, take your putt, take your eagle, and walk away with a smile. Don't walk away from hole 18 with a birdie, and have it cost you a banner. Good luck, everyone. I hope you all get many drops, many albatrosses. And don't forget to come tell me about it. And I will see you all for the next round.